Today we're going to be talking about voice inside of a poem. So this is something that we have probably been paying attention to a lot when we've been reading our poems, but today we're going to make sure that we are really focused in on who is telling our poem. So if you look at the screen, voice is who is speaking or telling the poem. This can sometimes be an author, as they act as a narrator, or it can be a character within the poem. And after knowing who is telling the poem, we can then decide how that voice feels or their tone, which is something we have talked about earlier in our units. Now today we are going to be saying I can name the voice of two poems. I have two poem examples here, and we're going to read them and figure out who the voice is. And we are going to be finding actions and words they say that would influence how they feel. And we're going to be doing this so we can understand how characters feel to better understand our poems. Now, in poetry, sometimes it's difficult to understand who is telling the poem because sometimes there's not a picture, or the poems may be so super short with not a lot of clues that sometimes it can be difficult. So you have to really pick up on some of those smaller clues of who are they talking to, who are they with. And so we're going to take a look at two examples today. So, before we jump into our examples, though, I want us to take a look, just as a reminder that tone is how a character feels based on their actions and their words. And so here are some examples of words that you could use to describe the tone of a poem. So the voice could be grateful, they could be excited, disgusted, annoyed, scared, jealous, tired, frustrated, peaceful, friendly, fearful, joyful. So these are just some examples that you could use to describe how a voice in our poem is feeling, their tone, okay? So we're going to take a look at our first poem today, and it is from a book called Smelly Locker, Silly Dilly School Songs. It's a pretty funny book. And so we're going to take a look at this poem today. And it is called School Vacation. So I'm actually going to make my screen larger for you to see. All right, so it's called School Vacation, and it goes, School vacation, what elation. In just 3 short days, we're done. Then we're gonna have some good times. No more work, just full-time fun. So I'm going to pause there. There's more on this side. And I'm going to go ahead and start to think, who may be the voice of this? Who is saying it? Now, I'm getting some clues that said, in just 3 short days, we're done. So I'm thinking that this could possibly be a kid who is in school and school is about to be done, and they're telling us how they feel about school being done. So right now I want you to think, how does this kid feel about school being done? I'll read just this first part again. School vacation, what elation. In just 3 short days, we're done. Then we're going to have some good times. No more work, just full-time fun. Yeah, I bet you were probably thinking that this kid is pretty excited about school being done. They don't have to do work anymore. They're just going to have full-time fun now. So far this poem has a child as the voice telling us how they feel about school being over. So then let's head to this side. It says school vacation celebration in just 1 day. Oh, how great. Then we're going to have a party. Park the bus, I'm sleeping late. School vacation, what frustration. All my friends have gone away. This is boring, and I wish that school could start again today. Interesting. I hear how the voice kind of switched in this. The tone was they were pretty joyful and excited and happy, but now it seems as though the tone is changing. I heard the word frustration, and this is boring. So maybe now this voice, the child in the poem, is a little frustrated because they're bored because all their friends seem to be off at camp if I look at the illustrations. School's in session, what a depression. Now we're back, the time just flew. Looking forward to vacation is that thing that gets me through. So this kid had a lot of different feelings throughout our poem, right? First, excitement that they are getting out of school. Then frustration because all of their friends went away. And then, again, maybe a little annoyed or fed up or tired when they have to go back to school, and then they look forward to summer vacation again. So in this poem, remember that it was told through the point of view, the voice of a child. Now we're going to take a look at a poem that is in this book, Falling Up by Shel Silverstein. Okay, now this is a very old and loved book. I got this book back in 1998, back when, Borders bookstore was still a thing. So we're going to take a look. No, literally, this book is falling apart. I'll just take it out. Okay, so we're going to take a look at this poem right over here. Oops, pointing to the wrong one. This one, called Hypnotized. Now, when you get hypnotized, it's like when somebody tells you, or if like you see in a cartoon, they're like, look at this, and it's like spinning, right? I think it happens in the Jungle Book with the snake. They try to hypnotize it by looking into their eyes, like, look into my eyes, and then you do whatever the person says. So when I read this poem, I want you to think about who is the voice, who is talking in the poem, okay? So it says, hypnotized. How would you like to get hypnotized? Stare deep into my eyes. Now you're getting drowsy, falling deep, deep, deep asleep. And I have you in my power. Mow the lawn for half an hour. Shine my shoes and trim my hair. Wash out all my underwear. Do my homework, scratch my back. Cook me up a great big stack of pancakes and go wash my plate. Get some nails and fix the gate. Now wake up and open your eyes. Wasn't it fun to be hypnotized? So I want you to think, who was speaking in that poem? Who was the voice? Was it a mom? Was it a dad? Was it a child? Was it an animal? I want you to think about that. And then I want you to listen one more time. How would you like to get hypnotized? Stare deep, deep into my eyes. I heard some clues there. It says, how would you like to be hypnotized? So it's almost like maybe this character right here is talking to somebody. And stare deep, deep into my eyes. So I think I'm gathering some clues that this person here, this hypnotist, might be the one who's telling the poem and is the voice. And they're trying to hypnotize somebody, right? So it says, how would you like to get hypnotized? Stare deep, deep into my eyes. Now you're getting drowsy, falling deep, 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 deep asleep. And I have you in my power. So I'm definitely hearing that this is the character speaking. Shine my shoes, trim my hair, wash out all my underwear, do my homework, scratch my back, cook me up a great big stack of pancakes, and go wash my plate, get some nails and fix the gate. Now wake up, open your eyes. Wasn't it fun to be hypnotized? And I want you to think then, how is this voice, this character, this hypnotist feeling? What is their tone in our poem? I think that they're like a little sneaky, right? Or maybe a little bit like a clever character, could be like a character trait, right? And that they're kind of making somebody do all the work for them. So in your Seesaw account today, first grade, you have a poem in there that I've read out loud to you. It's called Deep in My Refrigerator. And you're going to think about who is telling the poem, who's the voice, and what is the tone? How do they feel? Okay? And then the better we understand who is telling our poems, the more we'll understand our poems and get to better know what is going on. So I'm very excited for you to hop over there and get started on your Seesaw poem. All right, I'll see you guys later. Bye.